I ain't got nothing to say today, but I feel good. I was thinking about God. I was thinking about God. I bet God. I was thinking about some people that the thing they do for money, and I was like, I bet God be like, I be like, they say Satan. I'm gonna say they. I already know what's going on, but I'm gonna say they say. They say Satan. When people sell their soul, they gotta do something inhumane in front of Satan, and God be there. So that's one of your favorites. They say God say that's one of my favorite right there. And Satan be like, well, I got one of your favorites, and I bet God look at them like whatever they do that's inhumane, and Satan be like, well, what we gonna do with them now? Give them the money. They want the money that bad. Give them the money then. I don't know how my father really be, but it's amazing the stuff people do for money though. But like, it's like that movie, bro. I'm telling y'all something, whatever the name. I always forget the name of that movie, but where that woman came up in the sand and she was crying, and everybody in the universe, everybody in the spiritual could see it. See the woman crying, bro. That's how it is. But all of us, so if you're doing drugs, especially if you're an angel or something like that, you're doing drugs, you're doing this, you're doing that, that shows up in such a way in the spiritual realm. It's like you gotta understand what movie theater that came from. Where all that stuff came from. That's where it came from. That's where it came from. All that came from God. Comedy, all that stuff come from God, bro. And it's like you see it, everybody see it. Everybody see it. Everybody see it, bro. And whatever y'all got going on, I wish I could tell more, y'all. I can't tell now. I was just telling God that. Because the downloads are so direct and so knowledgeable, but so detailed. I'm scared I'm going to create more people to do craziness. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm talking about I got it down to the T almost. So much so that I can do the same thing just in a different way using different magic if I was a bad person. Like that's how detailed it is. And like, well, how did they get this? All right, let's say somebody made a Ouija board. And let's say they went to the underworld. Let's say they went to the dark side to figure out how to make it. Well, I mean, I haven't did it. I'm just giving you an example. I would been able to learn how to do it. Well, like they did it, that somebody can do it on paper towels. Like that. You can do it any kind of way. So that's how it is with this test. That's how it is with this whatever they got going on with these tools and these relics. Not tests, but these tools and these relics. How did they make the tool? How did they make the relic? It's getting to that point where I can do that if I wanted to. Just a different way. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't even think about it. But I'm saying if I taught it, the only way I know to teach it, I'm scared everybody else would be trying to do it. So I just refuse to do it. And may God forgive me. So I feel like God want me to teach it, and I just got to figure out how to teach it. I don't know how to teach it right now. As soon as God give me the way I can teach it to the world and warn the world about what's going on without the world mimicking it, copying it, and doing it themselves, I'll teach it. But till then, we got enough problems out here. And all these problems come from, all these problems coming from, all these problems just coming from all this darkness, sin, bro. People keep jumping in. People just hate love. So I hate the light. They all just ain't interested. Let me say that. I ain't gonna say hate the light. They feel like they just ain't interested in, and never even experienced it. Never even. They heard about it and they saw it through their families, and that's probably one of the reasons their parents or whatever. And that's probably one of the reasons they don't want to do it. But that was your parent. That was your parent. That wasn't you. You make your home life the way you want it. That's why you're supposed to get with the lover. You and your lover make y'all life the way y'all want it, you know? Mm-hmm. Do whatever you want. I mean, do it. You both be doing what God wants you to do, but you know. I don't know, y'all. I do and I don't. It's like the earth is shifting. There's a lot of things going on. And if you ain't strong, it's just gonna fold you like a beach chair. You gotta stay prayed up. You gotta meditate. You gotta really give your all to God. Honor God with all your might, man. But I was just thinking about somebody that got, they say, really rich. Somebody they say really, really rich. I was just thinking about certain people. Like, I can ask God how they get so rich. And then sometimes the answer ain't what I was expecting it to be. Sometimes it's quite a disappointment. I never tell that neither though. I'm glad I wasn't no materialistic person though. I'm glad I lived in a family that was so obsessed with money, bro. I'm just glad I never took on that character. That's a miserable life. You only happy when you got money. You only happy when you're doing something wrong to somebody for money. You only can get out of your bed. These people weak, tired, like they worship money. You take the money from them, they start dying, looking old, suffering. I'm talking about immediately in a week. If they go 3 or 4 days without money, in a week, you can start seeing them start aging as if they gave their soul to the dollar, to a coin, in a week. Same thing with addicts. So, I remember when I started getting these gifts, and we seen, I was with some people, bro. And everybody was on a drug. Everybody had their own drug of choice. You know, it was basically a drug house, you know. And it was like, you had nowhere else to go, you know. And I see these people, bro, like they act so good when you going to get the drug, when you finna get on the drug. But it's like once they done got on the drug, and it's like even on the drug, and they done settled in, they start just flipping out. And you just sit back. I had my ancestors. And there was this one particular person in the house. They were strong. These are strong people, very powerful people in the spiritual. They shouldn't be on drugs at all. But I heard my ancestors say possessed. We just watch. It's like they see them through me, and they just start changing. Like I see one dude. This dude was like a big guy. And I seen him take this one. She was a good friend of mine. I used to go see her a lot, but I don't know how she doing. I hope she get her life together if she haven't got it together. But she's very smart, intelligent, you know. And I used to visit her a lot. But she's small though, naturally, not just because of drugs. She's naturally like that petite woman. This dude was big, you know what I'm saying? And I guess they both had the drugs they wanted. But that woman had an attitude, like every woman I deal with, their attitude throw off real bad. And she was a white lady though. And but me and her were real close. And I just so happened to be there, and I'm sitting back chilling, uh, playing with my phone, and I'm standing up and finna get ready to walk home, cause it was a long walk. So I seen these two, and I said, they got into it. And the dude, she kept telling the dude, you don't tell me what to do, whatever. And he grabbed her, he started choking her. It ain't funny. And I stopped her. I said, hey, chill with all that. And my ancestor said possessed. You know what I'm saying? Possessed. And I'm like, bro, this is just crazy. It's like, that's often. In that situation, that's often. People know what I'm talking about. That's often. I know right now people probably like, there's stories you want to tell, you know not to tell. And he was on that board. So he really had a problem. He really had a problem, bro. And you go to these places, you wake up, these people got needles in their arms, done fell asleep with needles in their arms. Some people die. Some people die. Some people die. Some people just die. I don't even want to talk about it. But you know, we gotta get right though. This world though. So many people, I seen people lose like nice homes, beautiful families, just to be on drugs. I saw a man, I pulled up on my brother out one time, and I'm sitting out here looking for a home, trying to buy a home. And my brother was, this was a long time ago. My brother was my brother was selling drugs. And somebody came to them and sold them 2 acres of land, a brand new home on 2 acres of land for some drugs. Gave him the title and everything for some drugs. I'm seeing a lot of crazy stuff. Gave him the title and everything for some drugs. Nice cars. There ain't much drug neither, just a little drug. Drugs that probably wouldn't last them 2 weeks. I think God got me all up out of that situation. But I wasn't doing that. I was over there. I ain't gonna say what part of the role I was playing, but I wasn't on that level right there. But it's worth getting your life together. I'm telling y'all. No matter how hard it might seem, you probably ain't got a house to live in. Still, even better.